Good morning and Assalamu alaikum. I am Mahnoor Farooq and today I'm here to conduct an interview for my WRCM 102, and the topic of the interview is impact of family support system on the lives of professional females of Pakistan. For this I have Dr Seemal Jelani with us. Thank you so much ma'am for making time from a busy schedule, and can you please briefly introduce yourself?
Thank you so much. I'm Dr. Seemal Jelani and I'm here in FC since 2003, and I teach in chemistry department. Organic chemistry is my basic subject.
Okay. So ma'am, you know that today you are here to answer some questions regarding that specific topic of family support system in Pakistan. So my first question is that how do you perceive the role of family support in the professional lives of women in Pakistan?
Okay, family is the major thing in the lives. So I would say that family support plays a significant role in the professional lives of women. Or I would say that family is often considered as the cornerstone of the society. Positive family support and negative family support, these are two basic things, and they have very different outcome. So positive family support will help the women to pursue their professional goals. They can get their professional goals. But on the other hand, if there is a negative family support, that's hell for the women.
All the restrictions and
all the restrictions and everything.
Yeah. As you said that family support is the corner for everything, so can you describe any specific instance where family support has significantly influenced a woman or influenced your career journey?
Okay, if you look at the history of Pakistan, you can see Fatima Jinnah.
Yes.
Okay, this is the very good example, and the entire Pakistani movement was based on the efforts of these women. Like Begum Vikarun-Nisa, I think you are not familiar with these things, but we know them very well. Begum Vikarun-Nisa, Begum Rana Liaquat Ali Khan, we cannot forget their roles which they played for the movement of Pakistan. And from this, recent decades, we cannot forget Benazir Bhutto. We cannot, and for the present, we cannot forget the role of Dr. Yasmin Rashid also. So these are the independent women, which I could say they were successful. They are successful, and they were successful because there was a very strong family support.
Yes. Family support is basically very important, and you are also describing it very well. So next is, what are the typical challenges faced by the professional women in Pakistan in terms of balancing their ambitions and family responsibilities? Because there is always a conflict between the responsibilities of family and the work-life balance.
Okay, there are many. So in my point of view, being the professor and being the mentor and being the educationist, I think that the major is the cultural expectations from women. This is the major thing in our society. This Pakistani society often expects women to prioritize their roles as wives and mothers rather than to pursue their career goals. So this is the main thing. And these cultural norms can create pressure on women. Okay? So this is the psychological impact on the women, because they have such kind of pressures that we are meant to serve. We are not here to think that is the target and we need to achieve that target. They are meant to serve as a mother or as a wife. So this is the cultural expectations, and so many of our women, they don't think about their careers and ambitions just because of this pressure. Number two is the very important thing is gender discrimination in the workplaces. So this also limits the involvement of women to think about their career development or career to achieve their career goals. Gender discrimination is very important, and I think 70% of the women, they don't pursue their goals, professional goals, because of this factor. The very important thing is, which I have also faced in my life and which I usually see among others, that is the that many women, they face social stigma. That is very important. I mean, most of the society, the mindset of the society, they never think about the actual incentive behind all these things. So they just have one attitude, and that attitude is stigma. If they find this thing that the woman is pursuing her goals and professional goals and prioritize their professional goals over their family responsibilities, then she
They are
is
just like,
characterless.
why she's
She
doing.
has no character. She has no character. I mean, and this is the common behavior, and this criticism is not only the family criticism, this is the society criticism as well as from their communities also.
Okay, ma'am, you said that women are basically empowered. They are from started. They know that they have to be wives or a household. They have to just carry all these things. So, what are the measures that the women can take who want to pursue their careers to overcome all these restrictions and then just focus on their goals?
Okay, that's a very good question. We need to create a balance, because you know that every person has the responsibilities. We know that we are women.
Yes.
We know that we are meant for, we have the major responsibilities at home. But if you think on these lines, that the first wahi was Ikra bi ismi rabbi kallazi, there was no gender in that ayat.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
was to get the knowledge. So everyone should get the education. I mean education is very important component of the society. Number 2 point is that we should not incline to any one side. I mean, if you are professional and professional oriented person, you cannot neglect your basic responsibilities. So education will teach you how to create a balance between these two mainstreams. If you have a balance, then I think you will get a positive response from the family, because financial constraint is the main thing for which I think mostly our women, they work. And if financial support is in the positive way, keeping the balance, very carefully, so I don't think so that there will be problems for the girls. But I will add one more thing in this thing, that most of the women, they want to work, they have the capacity to work, but they are having fear of harassment also.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the very common thing. Violence, harassment. So this is the major hurdle in pursuing their careers.
Yeah.
One and last thing which I would say, and that is the most of our women, they have double burden syndrome, I would say. Now I will explain this terminology to you. So many professionals in Pakistan, they experience this double burden. I mean, if you are working, if you are a professional, what's to me? You have basic responsibilities at home. Society don't care about whether you are, doing the job and you are striving hard to, to get success in that, to achieve your goals. But you have these responsibilities. This is your religious duty to fulfill it, and that is the domestic responsibilities. You cannot neglect your domestic responsibilities. Okay, we are okay with you to go to pursue your professional goals, but don't forget that double syndrome is very, very devastating for the women, and to keep balance in that. So I think family support in this regard will facilitate the women, and they can progress better, and they can easily pursue their goals,
Yes.
professional goals.
I completely agree with the syndrome, because now most of the girls are more oriented towards their career and achieving their goals, and they are completely neglecting their responsibilities. And if they are facing any hindrance in that, they are just like, we are women, we can do what we want to do. That's also wrong. So my next question is, in your opinion, how does the level of family support vary across different backgrounds in Pakistan? Like if we talk about specifically Punjab or Sindh, there are many...
Okay, Okay, this we have to divide these things in three classes. You know, we have high socioeconomic background.
Yes.
I mean, families with high socioeconomic backgrounds, then middle socioeconomic backgrounds, and then is the low socioeconomic backgrounds. So if I talk about the high socioeconomic backgrounds, so here the women are very comfortable because mostly this background belongs to having, you know, high profiles and
Links
education and access to every, you know, support and financial support as well. So I would say that this background has no issues. I mean, women belong to this background. They don't face any, you know, criticism or any burden or anything to pursue their professional goals. But let me talk, and on the other hand, if I talk about the middle class, that is the middle socioeconomic backgrounds, so women from middle class families, they encounter a mix of this support and challenges. I mean, they have the support, but in the meantime, they have challenges also. So middle class is the class who suffers a lot. So I belong to middle class. I have my domestic responsibilities. I have to fulfill them. There is no one to do those things. So middle class, they have support as well as challenges in pursuing their professional goals. Now, if I will talk about the financial, yes, some women, they have financial support, some do not. Okay, so lack of access to support services and understanding level, that is very important. In this class, there is understanding level, at the same time there is no understanding level, and majority challenges they are faced by middle class background. So if I talk about the low middle class or low socioeconomic backgrounds, the women from lower socio-economic backgrounds often face, significant barriers to pursue their professional goals. There is no concept in this background. There is no concept of professional life. There is no concept of that women should work, because they have only one thing: to earn money, to how to earn livelihood. So you can see that the different maids
Yes.
they are working in our houses. They have no other meaning of life. They have only one thing:
To earn.
okay, to earn. So I will say that there is no concept of pursuing higher education or professional goals in the low socioeconomic background. If I talk about the statistics, so I would say that half percentage belongs to this low socioeconomic background. So when the percentage of this background is high, it means that the mindset in the society dominates over middle socio-economic background and high socioeconomic backgrounds.
Yeah. Ma'am, you also talked about gender discrimination specifically in workplace. So when there is a comparison between higher upper class and middle class, everyone knows that the women from middle class, if they are performing very good in their workplace, they are not appreciated the way the upper class women are appreciated. So what are the measures how this thing can be overcome? How the women of middle class who are actually performing very well at their workplaces can be dominated and can have a proper place in their workplaces? What are measures for that?
This is a common behavior. This is a common attitude. And we cannot fight with it. It's a common thinking. It's the common thinking. I mean, general thinking.
Yes.
Okay, we can handle this situation by making very strict policies. I mean, if you stick to the policies, okay, then there will be no discussion like this, whether the employee belongs to the middle class or the high middle class. You need to have some very concrete criteria for the promotion of women or anyone. So if we stick to the criteria and
Yes.
if we fulfill all the requirements of the promotion, and if this is implemented in any workplace,
Yes.
I don't think so there will create such a situation over there.
Discrimination.
Yes, discrimination.
Exactly. Okay, so next question is, are there any cultural or societal norms in Pakistan that either hinder or promote family support for women pursuing professional careers?
Yes, of course, hindering factors. There are so many hindering factors in Pakistan societies. Number one is the traditional gender roles. If you look at these, they often dictate the women's primary responsibilities. By why? Women are not dictating any kind of responsibility to other gender, then why they are so curious about the women's responsibility? Everyone knows what is the meaning of responsibility, you know. And the very important thing is in our society is the importance of marriage and family honor. That's very important. The entire family honor is related to the women. How could it be possible?
Exactly.
I mean, how the honor of the family is related to women? I mean, if we look at the life of Hazrat Fatima, what's the point here? Why the women is always put at the crossroad?
Pressurized.
At the crossroad, why? Okay, so this marriage is highly valued in Pakistani society, and family honor is the main thing, main reason to put restrictions on women to pursue their professional goals. Family honor. And cultural and religious norms, they are also play a vital role in this scenario. So I'm not going to discuss the cultural and religious norms over here, but they have deep impact on women's career goals and responsibilities.
So specifically in Pakistan, it is family support that will help women to achieve their goals, and on the other hand, it is also the family honor and the responsibilities empowered on the women that can create hindrance for their for achieving their goals. So my next question is that
one thing is left.
Yes.
For this thing, and that is the social stigma and peer pressure. That's a very important thing in our society.
Yes, ma'am.
Hindering factor, I will discuss only I'm not going to discuss the promoting factor, but the hindering factor is the social stigma and peer pressure. This is the main reason that women discourage in this area. I mean, this social stigma and peer pressure. So this discourages women from pursuing their professional goals, right? Especially if they face criticism or judgment from their own family and community. I mean, this is the general thinking of the community. I mean, family, not immediate family, but the family. Family has 2-3 levels. Okay, the inner core of the family. I'm not talking about inner core. I'm talking about the first, level. Okay. Which includes all the cousins and every aunties and uncles and so on.
Yeah.
So they are responsible. They have very negative role. If they are negative minded, then they have a very deep pressure on the mindset of women.
Yes, because if a girl is doing very well in her career, they start talking about that negatively to their parents. Yep. Why your daughter is doing like this and all the stuff like that. This is very basic thing in Pakistan.
Basic thing is that this is the main thing.
Exactly. Okay, so my next question is that can you share any personal anecdotes or experiences related to the impact of family support on your own or someone else very near to you or very dear to you on her professional journey in Pakistan?
I myself is self-made. My mother was self-made. My grandfather was very liberal-minded person. He sent my mother to England to get MPhil degree.
This is a very common example that if we have a very positive family support, women can do whatever they want to do, balancing their lives and the career all together. It's very nice to know that. So my next question is that from your research or observations, what are some best practices or strategies for fostering a positive and supportive family environment for women pursuing their careers in Pakistan?
Okay, being an educationist, I think we spend some time on education and awareness of women. We need to encourage family members to understand the importance of women education and economic empowerment. I would say if you understand the holy book, the Holy Quran, you will understand the role of women. You do not need any kind of education and awareness if you know the meaning of your book. So I would say this thing. So here universities and colleges and especially media can play vital role over here. I mean, the theme of all the soaps and dramas which are going on different channels, they have no theme except marriage. I mean, they should design or write, these dramas and something like that in a way where a strong message for the empowerment of women, for the education of the women, it should be embedded in those dramas. So these media can play very significant role to to educate and to give positive awareness regarding the education and education of the women and how the women can pursue their professional goals. Then one another thing which is very important, and that's the psychological thing within the family. I would like to talk, that is to open communication within the family. Sometimes girls, women, they can't communicate with the family members because they fear. They have some different feelings, how I can talk about this, how I can discuss this matter. For instance, if someone likes someone, we
Yes.
cannot share our feelings
Because
with anyone.
she knows that if I'm going to talk
Yeah.
about that, 100% there is a no.
100% my character would come at stake. So we need to have start or open some communication within the families, and we should give a very comfortable environment to our daughters or mothers or women, I would say, where they can communicate with us. Communicate not only with the family heads but also within the society. So communication is very important factor, and again here media can play vital role. Media can communicate positively in this regard. Next is equal opportunities. That's the main thing. We are gender oriented. My mother was gender oriented. I mean, gender oriented sons, they have different, place in the house, and the girls, they have different. So parents or family should provide equal opportunities no matter what the gender is. Equal opportunities to acquire education, to acquire the goals, give family support, give financial support, and access to all the modern things which they need to
Pursue their-
yes. Then we come to promote self-care. That's very important, because what I have seen that our mothers never take care of themselves. I mean, they are busy in the chores of the house.
Yes.
They are busy in taking care of their children, but they never think about their own well-being and health. When they cross 50 years, then they have most of the things, most of health issues. So women should take care of their health and well-being, and there must be some awareness to them, some programs which give awareness to these women. Last but not the least is to celebrate achievements, no matter what is the size of the achievement. The family must celebrate the achievements of women. I mean, their accomplishments. I mean their promotions, their whatever they are struggling for, and finally they get success. Family should celebrate this thing. Even if they get a certificate in debate, family should celebrate this thing. So these are the things by which we can go.
Ma'am, you talked about celebration of achievements and equal employment opportunities. In Pakistan, there are many households where the boys of the family are even small celebration achievement is celebrated, and the girl, if she is getting a very high reward or anything award in a very big national level speaking competition, she is not celebrated for that. There is no happiness on the family. What are the measures for such women, how they can overcome these all things?
How they can overcome, I told you, this is the societal mindset.
Yes.
in Pakistan, we have family systems, very strong family systems. I don't think so, okay, we can bring change in this thing unless or until we educate the mindset. We need to bring change in the minds, not in the attitudes. Uh, can you please repeat the second part of the question?
That if in families we have boys and girls, the achievements.
Okay,
Yeah.
the achievement, these most of the families, they don't celebrate the achievements of women because they took for granted.
Yeah.
Okay, they never consider about the importance of this thing. I mean, this is the mindset that if I am known by others, it should be via my son rather than daughter. That's the main thing. So I think this is the main thing. So that's why they don't bother to celebrate, because they don't want to come under limelight via this channel. That's the main thing.
And I guess this is also a main reason behind so many women lose interest lose interest in achieving
Yes,
their goals.
yes, of course. Yes.
That they have a mindset that if we are not going to be celebrated, what's the point of achieving anything then? We should just give up on everything.
But I mean, majority women, they think that it's okay. It's who is going there to notice even. So it's okay. So that's the main thing. No?
Yeah.
I mean, mostly people, they don't want to be known by their daughters, but that's the point. What is your, I mean,
My
what do you
family
think
support-
about this thing?
I think that if my family, alhamdulillah, very supportive, they celebrate very little minor achievements. We are 5 siblings and we are daughters, five sisters only. And my parents celebrate single achievement of every daughter like I don't know what it is. They are so happy, and this is the main reason that we are so independent, confident. We know what we have to do and when we have to do, and we have good communication in our family. We can talk openly to our parents what we want, what we are feeling regarding a specific thing. So I am glad and I'm very happy that I have such kind of parents.
I'm very impressed by this thing, but may I share my psychological
Sure,
something over here? Yes,
Yes.
it's good that you have supportive family, but diversity is not in your family.
Yeah.
The entire attention and resources, they are diverted to all you 5 sisters. When there is diversity, when there is other gender in the house, then things start with them.
Yeah.
So I have 3 sisters and 2 brothers, and I remember that priority was given to sons rather than to
Yeah,
daughters.
there is gender competition on your side.
There is always gender competition.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Yeah. So my next question is that how has the presence of a supportive family influenced your career choices and opportunities as a professional female ma'am?
My family included only my mother. We were very young when our father died. So my mother is a role model for me. Is my role model and was my role model. I mean, if I'm here sitting in front of you, that's the efforts and sacrifices of my mother, because she was single parent and she strived hard to provide the best education and everything. But one thing I would say, my career was decided by my mother, not by me. I wanted to join Pak Army, to join as a doctor, but she didn't allow me. I wanted to go for environmental sciences studies, but she didn't allow me because she simply said, okay, this is the old campus of Punjab University, go and find what subjects are available over there. You are only allowed to go for those subjects. And there was only chemistry in old campus in those days. So I opted chemistry for my life. And she wanted me to become a teacher because she remained principal for different colleges for more than 40 years. I never wanted to be the teacher. I wanted to have commission in army as a doctor. But you know what you think is not going to happen. What
Yes.
Allah plans, you never know what are the Allah's plan. So when I entered into this teaching life, I strived hard because basically I thought that I meant to be a doctor.
Yes, your
So that's,
mindset from
yeah,
starting
yes,
was.
start. Then I did my PhD to put this DR in front of me because that was my dream. No matter the dream was totally overturned, but
It's a
I
doctor.
I succeeded to have this doctor in front of my name. Then I dived deep into this education system. So what is actually the, I mean, expertise and skills of a good teacher? And then I found that, oh, I was meant to be the teacher, not to be the doctor.
There are some responsibilities that has to be done by your hands being a teacher.
Yes.
Who knows that so many women can be influenced by you. They are of some are at this point कुछ होती भी होंगी आपसे influence girls. Maybe you are a role model for so many girls at this time. So Allah's plan is definitely better for
Allah's
you.
plan is definitely,
Yes.
Good for.
Yeah. Okay, so my next question is that what role do you think that education plays in shaping familial support for women pursuing professional careers in Pakistan? That educated families obviously is something else, and the parents who are not educated are have something different kind of mindset.
Yes, education is the main thing. Look at our FC college. I mean, when I recall 2003, there was nothing. I saw the growth of this institution, and now I see this is the best resource platform for the students. So education definitely is the main key to reshape your future. I have given you this example that my mother was highly educated. She went England to get this MPhil degree over there. She knows the meaning of knowledge and education. Now, one has to understand the difference between the knowledge and the education. So, what are you asking? Education or knowledge?
I'm just specifically asking that how a girl can, after getting education, shape the mindset of their parents to support her further in achieving her goals, and how educated parents are different from uneducated parents in supporting their girls, basically the women of Pakistan.
If your parents are educated, if they know the actual meaning of education, only they come under the supportive block.
Yeah.
Only they can push their children to go for the education. There are many, but I cannot say this is actual thing. There are many mothers who are not educated, but they have provided equal opportunities to their children to get high education.
Yes.
So I think the family environment is also very important. That what is the environment? I belong to feudal system, Tivana family. There was no concept of education over there, but my mother, she provided us all the facilities and financial support and everything to acquire. So I think that it is not the point that parents should be educated, only their children will get the best practices of education. No, I have seen many uneducated mothers who educate their children very well, as compared to educated.
Yeah. Recently, we also heard a news that a man who owns a small stall on roadside, her daughter or son was selected as an officer after clearing CSS exam. He is not educated, but he was motivated that his daughter should become should have a good position in society. So I also agree with you that education of parents is not that important. If they are completely willing that their daughter has to support somewhere.
Actually, that's the quest of parents. That's the main ingredient to acquire high education. Quest to get education, quest to get something which they were deprived of. Quest is very important. So I think we should take care of to understand the quality of the quest. So quality of the quest will definitely provide you the roads, I mean the exact roads where you can go.
Okay, so ma'am, at the last, I would ask your journey and all the information you have given to me is so good. Like, it's very interesting to listen all this, and it's also helping me to set my goals and all. So at the end, I would ask you that, in your opinion, what role can organizations and workplaces play in supporting, and that what is your advice for all this, how Pakistan can become a better place, and how women can actually how families can actually support women and women can achieve their goals. What is your advice and opinion?
What I am today is just because of my mother, but there is someone who plays a very significant role in reshaping me, and that's my institution, Farman Christian College. I mean, I am today a successful person, a successful educationist, but just because of Farman Christian College. I served Ministry of Education 5 to 6 years over there, and there, I mean, I had very, political roles over there. My job was to develop the national curriculum of Pakistan with the consensus of different provinces. So I worked over there just because of this, that I have had a very strong background behind me, Farman Christian College. So I would say that the organizations and the workplace, they play vital role in the success of the woman. So you can take me as example of a successful person, because my institution supported me at every step.
Because you also shared that when you entered this institution, your passion was still to serve as a doctor in army. But when you dived deep in this chemistry subject and your post, you started learning a lot.
Yes. So I was forced to believe this thing, that I meant to be a teacher. Number one, what I have seen over here in FC College, I would like my government to please implement in all other institutions and organizations, so that women can get maximum benefits. Number one, flexible work arrangements. You will never see anywhere except in FC. You will never see on-site children facilities, I mean daycares and this and that. You will never see any Mercy Health Center in any institutions like this. So I think, your institutions, they play vital role over here. I will say that there must be employee assistance programs everywhere in the workplaces and organizations. For example, we have in FC, there must be a very well established counseling center where women can share their mental issues, domestic issues, and emotional issues. Further training and development opportunities, and we are continuously having this in FC also, and I would suggest that other institutions also have these supportive company cultures. We have very diverse culture over here, and we have a very strong community over here, and it means that other organizations and workplace can also have these things. Last but not the least is the role modeling and mentoring. So organizations must have mentors which can help the women to fight with their inner insecurities.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing a lot of information and shaping my view personally. I am very delighted that I had this session of a small interview with you. Thank you so much.
Just last line to you. Believe in yourself, believe in Allah, and believe in yourself. The quality of your belief will give you the quality of your success.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.